This is a demonstration of Wintrust's use of the Docupace to InvestorCOM integration. This is with Jim. This is with Jim Corbett and John McDonald. Jim, how does this streamline your business?
Well, it connects to fintech companies that we're contracted with, so that there's an ease of motion of the data from InvestorCOM, where the reports are generated, into Docupace, which is our books and records storage under the FINRA guidelines.
Excellent. And in streamlining your business, does this process save you time?
It'll save our compliance group time. They would be reviewing transactions. They would see a brokerage trade that would have required one of these InvestorCOM recommendation reports. So, and by our policy, our financial advisor should have conducted one of those in conjunction with the transaction. So instead, they live in Docupace as part of their other surveillance work. So they get to stay in the same system and search for these InvestorCOM reports, and therefore they don't have to jump between 2 or 3 different systems at the same time. That's the beauty of technology integration. You can live in one environment and get the benefits of outside vendors passing information through.
Jim, when you think about regulatory incursions from regulators and coming into your organization, how do you feel this is going to help to satisfy the regulatory requirements in a timely fashion?
Well, it's our ability to download and export information and reports out of Docupace is pretty good. We've been using it for a decade now. And so when regulators have asked us for evidence of certain things as part of their exams, we're able to produce the reporting and then further produce the images in a fairly streamlined manner, thanks to the Docupace architecture.
Excellent. Why don't we take a look at how the process works for you?
Excellent. So if I'm going to be completing a peer compare recommendation, first I'm going to identify the security that I'm comparing against. So my recommendation for my customer is going to be this Washington Mutual Class A. So I'll first find the peer group. This is a U.S. equity large blend. So there's a number of options available, 150. I am going to go ahead and click through on the Washington Mutual Fund. You can observe the relative performance and expense ratio, 12-to-1 fees, and risk quotient for this fund. As part of our recommendation process, we want our advisors to review this and make sure that the fund they're recommending is in the best interest of their client, and these data points help us to prove such. Next would be the generation of the report itself. So first we'll give this client name. Put this into my sample account number. And from here, we're going to indicate where are the reasons why, using these compliance checks, we feel this is in the best interest of our client. So there could be multiple reasons why this particular fund fits the bill for that customer. Go ahead and click on complete recommendation. And now the recommendation is complete. By now, that data should have transferred to Docupace. So if we go over to my Docupace screen, search for my sample account number, And here's our document right here that was just generated on the 23rd here at 9 in the morning. And here's that recommendation for American Funds, Washington Mutual Class A.
Fantastic, Jim. I have to say thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say about the integration between Docupace and InvestorCOM before we wrap up our discussion?
Other than just the teams on both sides of the process, I think did a great job collaborating with one another. It was fairly streamlined from my perspective, and the results speak for themselves. It's extremely straightforward and happens in the background, which is exactly what we want to see in a good fintech integration.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for your help today, Jim.
No problem.